hot. It's been very hot, hasn't it? Grab yourself a coffee, grab yourself an ice pole, grab yourself a fan, and get comfy. These are my most warm fragrances of May. It's been a really good month. It's been a really busy month. I've got some headlines for you. I've got some fragrance for you. I've got some feel-good stuff. And this is really an opportunity to stop the scroll and to sit and to luxuriate. And also for you to get involved. Tell me what you've been up to. Any fragrance recommendations, any suggestions. In my Street Scent series, I've had some really great recommendations from guys that I've met, and I've been trying them and I've been loving them, and that is all going to come to fruition. And it's also giving me lots of ideas for next steps in products with Anne for, yes, I have my own brand and I need to talk about it more. I've got 3 fragrances and I'm thinking about the 4th and I'm thinking about what's happening. Anyway, the first fragrance that I've been wearing a lot in May was Aesop Tacit. Aesop Tacit is a fragrance I constantly recommend when someone says to me, I want something sophisticated, I want something that feels good, that has a great silhouette, that is green, that is fresh, that is herbaceous. I say Aesop Tacit, and this is one of these fragrances that I would say latterly in life, for the last 2-3 years, I've really grown to love these very fresh, I hate fresh as a word, but fresh is right, herbaceous, open, slightly earthy. There's a rosemary note in this, there's basil, there's this beautiful citrus, crisp bite at the start of this. I love this because it makes me feel elevated and beautifully clean. Clean in the sense that it feels like you've been outside and you've been sat in a beautiful garden, and it just feels really grounded, and it feels like it knows itself, and it just feels beautiful. This is price point, I've written down my prices here. 50 ml, which is this size, is £150. £196 for 100 mils. Yeah, and it's beautiful. This is one of those ones, Aesop makes some fantastic fragrances. And actually in one of the Street Scents, we had Hyle, and one of the guys who a lot of you were a fan of, I should say, said he loved that fragrance, and so much love around Aesop, and beautiful. Also the hand soaps, I love this as a brand. This month I also, I bought a flat, headline, I bought a flat in Edinburgh, and it feels really good. It feels really good. Springtime into summer is just the perfect time to do that. It feels like a new start. It feels like new life. It's a really beautiful space with beautiful light. It's quiet. Long may that continue. I'm such I call it my nest, and it comes with the name Robin. So this is the Nest 4.0, and it's a great space. And I'm trying to keep sort of work here sort of separate from home. So I'm even thinking do I film stuff there? Because I love the separation. I think whatever you do as a job, it's really great to have that distinction. And I think in the world that I'm in, and you'll see with other creators, that can bleed. And I try to not let a bleed happen. There you go. But one of the fragrances I have been enjoying and that I've kept in a box. So I had these fragrances plus some skincare that I'm going to talk about in my most used skincare. During the move, things started getting lost, but I created this box of stuff that I just went to. And one of them was Cologne 1 by Escentric Molecules. Full disclosure, I worked on the launch of this. I work on a lot of launches. I have a lot of fragrances being delivered to me. I have maybe 5 a week, and that sounds ridiculous, and it is, but this is my job. I know in the last video someone said, and quite rightly, they said, you say this isn't sponsored, but you've been given those. Yeah, I have been given those, and I say no to a lot. And there's also a lot that sits here and doesn't see the light of day. It goes off, it goes to charity, or it goes elsewhere. Anyway, this was one of the brands and fragrances I worked on, Cologne 1. This is I didn't need to go into that, but it's good for you to know how this works. Cologne 1 is like a gin and tonic in a bottle. It is beautifully zingy and fresh and bright and perfect for this season. There is this juniper spicy kick that gives it this movement with this citrus. It is so vibrant, so energetic, so lively. And I love a citrus. I used to love a citrus more than I do now, but this is the kind of citrus I like. Like it's citrus with gravitas. It's citrus with a personality. And it's fun and it's playful and it's lively and it's fizzy. And I just think it's really great. With eccentric molecules, their DNA really revolves and has evolved from Iso Super, really this one molecule that has this cocooning, comforting, skin-like, woody, textured bubble that just sort of hovers around the skin. And you've got all of that, but with this fizz and this citrus that just works so beautifully. Yeah, another brand that I really recommend, my friend Georgie, was asking for her husband there in Australia, and she was saying that he doesn't love anything that's too like in your face with fragrance. And I hear this a lot. My friend Dave, hi Dave, also doesn't love fragrance that's in your face, and they want something that is like softer, considered, elevated, sophisticated, but without being like this cloud of scent. And Escentric Molecules is another brand that I would recommend for that. You've got that comforting bubble with the Iso Super and the Cashmeran, but then you've got these other ones like the Vetiver, the Patchouli, that just adds a dash of something. And this is price point. How much are we on? 100 mils here is £130. I did see this on sale. I'm gonna link, always linked down below. I saw somewhere it had 20% off, which takes it to quick maths, £26 off, £104. Wow, still got it. So yeah, really, really great. Next one, Acqua de Parma. You can't say spring, summer without saying Acqua de Parma. That is the new rule. Bit of shit rule, but that is what I think. When I think of like just beautiful, open, airy, sophisticated summer, slightly barbershop-y scents, I think Acqua de Parma. And this is from the signatures of the sun, and it is, let's get this right, because last time I just really butchered the name, and I'll probably do it again. Gelsomino a Freddo. We'll go with that. I'm not going to say it again. Well, I am. Gelsomino Jasmine a Freddo, cold jasmine. And this is the way that they've extracted the jasmine in this cooling enfleurage. Let's not get into a press release. But essentially, this is a jasmine scent that is so gorgeous. Jasmine is one of those fragrances that just gives me holiday vibes. It's almost like that sort of walk, maybe just back from the beach slightly, and you've got these beautiful jasmine. I'm actually thinking about a time actually in Sitges, if you know, you know, around Eurovision time 3 years ago, sort of like around about this time. And I could just really smell this beautiful jasmine. But this is to me like jasmine in the evening. The air is slightly cooler. Everything is just sort of a little tingly on the skin from a day at the beach. It's beautiful. It's just really beautiful. You have this jasmine, there's Artemisia, which gives you this like sort of licorice absinthe. So it's got this sort of spicy kick to it, and also Gaiac wood, so a sort of floral, woody scent. If you think of the sort of more traditional, or more the sort of the DNA of what we would think of this DNA of Acqua de Parma, so those citruses, think of that, but with like a good heavier shoe. Like there's more weight to this. Does that work? I was gonna say boots, but that just feels a little winter. It just feels like everything's just slightly more structured with it. This is what you've got here. But I love this, the sort of textured licorice vibe to this, and then the sprinklings of citrus just around it. It's beautiful, and to me it certainly gives you that slightly later in the day of summer where everything is just getting a little slower. You've maybe had a little beer or maybe a little glass of red, and things are just becoming a little looser. I love that. Really great. They've had so many great fragrances, and I want to talk about them more. I've got a list of lists, seriously, and stuff has been busy, as I say, and I had Barnes Fragrance Fair, which was my first ever fragrance fair with Anne for, and it was incredible. And Adam, who will be editing this, hi Adam, how are you? Came along, and he also helped me, and we just really chatted and told the story of Anne for, and about how these fragrances are my origins collection. This is a new term that I've come up with, marketing genius. But essentially, the origins of where I'm from, and the northeast coast of Scotland, and how all of these fragrances, the 3 fragrances, really have this hook on a different aspect of me growing up and me having these experiences there. And I loved it, and I loved chatting to people, and hello if you were there. And it was really great to see people in like real-time reactions to the fragrances. And it just made me feel really like good and inspired and fucking exhausted. It was really full on and really, stop swearing. It was just really good and really, really fun. And we didn't even get into all the sweets that we brought. That's how busy we were. And me and Adam have a bit of a habit of, on street scents days, like really fueling ourselves on Haribo. What the best things to do? I sometimes have a banana. And we do have a really great cheese twist with mustard in it from the Co-op. If you know, you know. And now you know. But this price point, really giving you just like pure storytelling today. I'm in the mood for it. I'm actually quite hungry, but a lot of coffee, so that's maybe the issue. 50 ml, £205. 100 mils, £290. Is that right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, Electimuss Reverie Haze. Again, another disclosure, I worked with Electimuss a year ago on a different fragrance, but not this one. And this is beautiful. My friend Tom Watson, who, come on Robin, who has Fat Sticks, really fantastic brand, and he's doing lots of new things, which I can't wait to see. He also wears this, and we were talking about this. This gives me Midsummer's Night Dream. There's something fantastical, there's something, a little fairy dancing around you, and something with weight and tuberose and gorgeous, sparkly twilight in a bottle, and I love it. It's so rich. It's woody, it's smoky, it's sexy, it's full-bodied, the tuberose dances. And it's just, I love this fragrance. It's so good. It does something funny to me, as you just saw there. My eyes kind of like dilate slightly, and I kind of just go into this like, world. And that's why it gives me Midsummer's Night Dream. The sort of the things that you do in the evening and this beautiful world that you just go off to. This smells expensive, and it is, I mean, fairly, yes it is, £260, 100 mils. But they do samples, and I looked at this when I was looking the price up, and they do samples. You can get, I want to say, what is it? 8 samples, yeah, 8 samples, I've got it here. 8 1.9 mil samples for £65, which actually in the grand scheme of try before you buy is really not bad. And this is one I would say to get into that samples. It's just like that tuberose is beautiful, sort of tropical fruit notes. There's some sort of soft leathers. There's this oud blanket around it. So I think like without this oud, you would have something which just is like here, and then the oud just pulls it down and sits it close to the skin. Beautiful, really love this. Final one is, this was pure nostalgia for me. And again, because this month has been like hectic, I also brought someone new onto the team, a guy called Chris, who's kind of helping me with, not helping me with, he is with me to grow Anfoil and to grow Man From Self. So there's been a lot of these plates spinning. And so I've wanted something that is just like pure comfort. And one of the fragrances that gives me that is Rose Chérie by Guerlain. And that for me is a lot there that's been used. And this was a fragrance that I remember getting from the Bulgari Hotel. I had a press appointment, and I remember smelling this and thinking, it's incredible. It's an incredible fragrance that really kind of, really got me into rose fragrances. Much like Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Le Homme à la Rose. This was another one. This is a beautifully verdant rose that also has a slight sweetness with vanilla in the base. It's so beautiful. It's the perfect bottle. It's the perfect color. It's powdery. It's dewy. It's sensual. It's got this sort of sensitive innocence about it, and it wears beautifully. And I love rose fragrances on men. I think it is, there's something very empowering about wearing a rose fragrance. It just almost like ignites this sensuality and this sort of vulnerability. Maybe I'm getting into it too much, but there's just this beautiful texture to this. And I remember wearing this back then and just loving it and feeling quite held, but also just feeling kind of vibey with it. And so when I was moving and doing all these other things, I wanted something that just gave me that. And I was looking for the website at manforhimself.com, more will be done there. And I saw this and I thought, get this out. And another, oh, £300, 100 mils. And another one, and yes, I'm giving you an extra. I am not big on layering. I find layering just another marketing technique. And I think of it as, if you went into this beautiful cocktail bar, would you, and no judgment here if you would you sit up at the bar and would you say, hi, I'd love an old fashioned and a zombie martini? There'll be judgment there. Or even worse, an espresso martini. No. Once went on a date. Should I tell this? No, I sound like a bitch. Stop. Rewind. Would you sit at the bar? That's one for another time. Would you sit at a bar and take those two cocktails and pour them together? If you would, cool. I personally wouldn't, because I think the artistry behind creating a fragrance, creating a cocktail, and the way that it has been created very much sits in its own bottle. Yes, certain brands will create fragrance oils or attars or I suppose singular sort of notes that can be kind of paired. That is fine. But this, I sort of sat in its own world. But what I'm saying is I really went back on what I believe in, because I've always layered this. I know, I'm real hypocrite. I've always layered this with Guerlain, Spiritueuse, Double, Vanille. Did I get that right? Yeah, probably butchered it again, but this is gorgeous. This is just the perfect vanilla. It is so gorgeous, so deep, the beautiful amount of sweetness. It's just like this nectar in a bottle. This has this sort of creme brulee crackling top for me. It feels quite firm, but with this gooey interior. And when you take the rose, just do it, Robin. It's the best way to explain. I take the heavier one first. Why am I doing this? I really hate when people layer, because I'm like, it's bullshit. But I'm doing it because I really enjoy this. When you take the, it's so good. It's so good. It's really good. It's really good. When you take the Spiritueuse, it's really good. When you take that and then you take the rosary of the top, you are creating this beautiful rose with this creme brulee crackling around it. It's really good. I love it, and that just absolutely spurted all over me there. Thank you. Really love it. Try it. Get yourself into a Guerlain store. Try that on the skin. Makes me really happy. That's what fragrance should be. Happiness in a bottle or two. Well, 6 here. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a real chat, hasn't it? If you've enjoyed this and you've not yet pressed subscribe, then please do hit subscribe right now. Also, tell me, what are the fragrances that are keeping you going at the moment? Are there certain things that you wear for the warmer weather? Are there certain things you can't wear in the warmer weather? Are you in a country with warmer weather? Tell me. But thank you again, and I'll see you. Oh, I'll also do some, wrap it up, Robin. I'll also do some favorite skincare and grooming. That will be in another video. But until my next new video, bye-bye.